Happy Friday to you all. Looks like we're going to be entering the weekend into a red day. It looks like a lot of the stocks on the market are down today, not looking too hot. We're going to give you guys breakdowns on why some of these EVs are down. We're going to give you guys an update on the general market and jobless claims, and we're also going to talk about Nio, give our prediction on where we think this is going to go because earnings are coming up next week, and that's going to lead us hopefully into a positive week. But first, if you guys aren't subbed to the channel yet, hit that sub button. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things stock market related news. Also, we just dropped new merch. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, go check it out on our link down below. Actually, I love the merch. It's like red, white, and blue stock dudes. Real cool looking. If you guys are interested in that, it is officially live. Go check it out. But without further ado, man, let's give it some razzle dazzle and hop into it. So let's just start off the video. Let's talk about the jobless claims because that's where a little bit of good news comes out of this whole thing. Yep. That's a majority of why the Dow Jones is up. So the jobless claims came out, and basically the amount of people applying for jobless benefits dropped 14,000 applications down from the week prior, down to 385,000 people applying, new people applying. These claims have declined basically down below 3 million, which is the first time since March of 2020. So that's good news. It seems like we're starting to finally slowly get out of this pandemic. But they said the United States has been adding more than 540,000 jobs a month this year. So the jobs are starting to finally come back. I know everywhere I go, I'm starting to see more like now hiring signs. A lot of them seem to be, like the fast food restaurants and stuff like that, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them, lower paying stuff, like you said, like fast food to like banks to car dealerships to, the job industry I'm in. Everything's blowing up again, which is obviously good. So it's everything as a whole. It's not, just, the lower paying jobs. It's everything.
Right, exactly. And that's where I'm hoping that this is like starting to show a sign of recovery. Yeah. I know there's a bunch of lawn care services around here too that like they have to stop doing so because they don't have people working for them. So hopefully, this is a good sign that things start to come back and people start to, get more jobs and help us get back into the state that the economy was in before the crash. Yep. But they said that a lot of the reasons that people potentially aren't applying is because of the federal benefits that are still being added to the state benefits you get for just applying. So these benefits are $300 extra a week on top of what you get from your state regulation based, just for normally before the whole pandemic, like what you normally get. So that added benefit is set to expire in September on the 6th. So we'll see if they, extend that out. I know, again, with the Delta variant coming around, it depends. I don't know if they're going to continue to try to, I know as of right now, a lot of states are going back to masking in public places. So we'll see if that continues because that could potentially take a turn for the worse and then cause us another situation like we had last year. But they said that 13 million Americans were receiving some type of unemployment benefits through the week of July 17th, which is actually down from 13.2 million and down from the high of 32 million, man. 32 million people. Yeah. They got that. It's just crazy to think about, like all that amount of jobs went away. So, right. But with those jobless claims coming out and, basically the number going down is causing, most of the Dow stuff to go up. The Dow is positive for the day so far. But a lot of the NASDAQ is down. A lot of the tech stuff is down.
A lot of the tech stuff's down. My financial stuff that I have in my portfolio's up. So it's mainly tech and EV that's down today.
Right.
For me. But
right.
We'll get into why the EV's down in a second.
Right. Well, speaking of that, Nio's down almost 5% on the day right now, down 4.5% at the time of this recording. And a lot of that, I think, is coming from the fear of battery concerns. Yeah,
and Tesla is down as well, 2%. So,
yeah.
So, according to a Bank of America Global Research Report, this is, coming straight from them. There's a looming threat of global battery supply for electric vehicles running dry as early as 2025. And I mean, even before this whole chip shortage, before even COVID, there was always battery shortage issues and worries.
Right.
Like, this isn't anything new. So they said our updated EV battery supply demand model suggests that global EV battery supply will likely hit a sold out, that's what they said, situation between 2025 and 2026. So obviously, that's that's no good because EVs are they're growing like crazy. So obviously it's not just whether these companies can, produce the car. Obviously, everything else that goes with producing the car has to be ramped up as well. And so they said under the bull case scenario, Bank of America's U.S. auto team forecasts that EV penetration in the U.S. market will rise to about 25% in 2025 and 50% in 2030. And we were talking about this before the recording. That seems pretty high to me. I know, Tesla's going to be releasing some cheaper stuff, but also I guess you have, Chevy, Ford. They're going to be releasing some stuff, but how low it is right now, we're I don't know, 5% or something is super low. I don't know if I see 50% by 2030, but also this is their bull case scenario.
Right. And that's my concern as well, is the fact that so my biggest concern with the EVs is the fact that, the older generations in this country, maybe not accepting EVs because it's changed. Not a whole lot of people like change. It's accepting that change into the EVs, and potentially if someone goes to buy a new car, are they going to buy an EV, or are they going to buy the combustible engine? So, and that's my biggest concern is that change. I do see the number going up. Obviously, I see it maybe somewhere in the 35 to 40 range. I don't know about 50, but maybe that's just me being conservative. Maybe I'm just underestimating, and the newer generations coming on are seeing Tesla and Nio and all these other electric companies.
I think what's really going to help them is, the new infrastructure stuff that got passed. They're going to be building up, all this EV stuff like crazy. They're going to be starting to push it really hard, where they, they kind of pushed it, but, we're so far behind in the U.S. compared to a lot of other places. So they start pushing it harder, and I could see the growth start, ramping up faster than it has been. But also you got to remember too, there's companies building. First there's companies building battery factories. Tesla, they have a couple. Their Giga Berlin is going to be making batteries, and the date keeps getting pushed back of when that's going to open, but they hope by the end of this year. So that's going to help with supply stuff. And also just how long batteries last. One of my friends, she had a older Prius, and it was kind of, if you got 100,000 miles out of your battery, you're doing good. But, Tesla's been talking about the 1,000,000-mile battery, for, I don't know, a year or more now. And then also CATL, where, Nio and some others, Tesla gets batteries from. They said last June that they're ready to produce a battery that will last 16 years and 1.2 miles.
1.2 million?
Yeah, 1.2 million miles, sorry. So, if batteries last a lot longer, you're going to need less batteries, obviously. And also, they've been talking about it for a while. They're trying to do better recycling on batteries. So, there's less waste. You don't, you can reuse the batteries pretty much. You don't have to just have a whole new battery. So that obviously reduces strain on the whole supply thing. And then also, CATL is also doing a sodium battery because the main thing there is lithium shortages. And so if they do sodium batteries, there's no shortage of sodium, so that's going to help. So it's not. There's a lot of things that are good.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely a lot of different solutions here to prevent that shortage, and it just seems like just the more technology advances, which I'm sure it will by 2030. I think we're gonna have different types of batteries to help prevent this from becoming a problem. But yeah, if any more news comes out about that, we'll bring it to you guys. And shout out to Bob in the Discord for bringing us that article, because he actually brought that to our attention for being a big concern with a lot of the EVs. So shout out to Bob. Shout out to the Patreon and the Discord. If you guys want into the Discord, the Patreon link is down below. But let's go ahead and look at the stock real quick, show you guys what's going on, and then we'll go from there. So looking at the stock, we can see that, again, it was down today. Again, down almost 4.5% on the day. Started off pretty warm, but it quickly turned around, went negative on us. But now we're pretty much consolidated right now around the 43.5, 43.60 dollar mark, which I guess we're still, I really wanted to stay above 45, but I guess it's better than 38, so I can't complain too much there. If we look at the year-to-date, we'll go to the last, let me do year-to-date there. We can see the RSI still around the $47 or 47 mark, which, again, it's still where you want to see it. We've been kind of hanging around that 50 mark for quite a while, so now it's just waiting for something to send us up or down. You know, we saw that with AMD and their earnings, that it was clear off the charts, and now AMD is finally starting to pull back to reality. So hopefully we get something, you know, here soon. I'm hoping earnings, but earnings could be a hit or miss. A lot of questionable things because we got a hit or miss with the July deliveries. So
right. So with their deliveries as well, it's Wednesday, right? Because that's the 11th. Yes, Wednesday.
I believe so.
So, you know, you could start seeing this run up as early as Monday, but more usually, you know, Tuesday and Wednesday because it's after hours Wednesday. So, you know, it could start running up prior to earnings like it usually does, and then have a little bit of pullback after earnings. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how these earnings go because a lot of things have changed. If you watch that video with Nio trending, we talked about that. So there's just going to be an interesting earnings. Hopefully they crush it.
For sure. For sure. So now from where we're sitting right now, I'm really hoping that we can get back up above 45 by earnings. I would like to see, I was really hoping earnings would push us back towards the 50 mark. But, you know, with Nio's been so volatile the last 3 months that it's just like it's so hard to predict where this is going to go. So my conservative call right now is 45. Like that's where I want to see this stick. I was really hoping for 50 by August, but with the news of, you know, the Chinese fears and then now potentially battery issues, and then we had the chip shortages. There's just been so much going on with Nio. And just EVs in general that it's just been up and down, up and down. So fingers crossed that we get back to 45 and hopefully just keep climbing from there. Just got to stay positive about it. But that's going to wrap up this video. We hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, you know what to do. We say it in every video. Hit that like, share, notification bell, even that sub button. It really helps support the channel, and we can't thank you guys enough. We got 6,000 subs. We really do appreciate that. It's a big milestone. We really don't know what else to say. We do really appreciate all your guys' support, taking time out of your day to watch the stuff that we make. It really means a lot. But all that stuff, all the links and everything that we talk about in a lot of our videos are down below. Again, that merch button down there, go check out those shirts. I actually ordered one the other day, or last night actually, when we put them up, I ordered one. So that'll be here soon. We'll show it off when we get them, but that's going to wrap up this video. Can't thank you guys enough, and we'll see you guys in the next video.